So we're really looking forward to walking you through a few key principles that guide our content marketing efforts day to day. There's a lot of content marketing out there. There's content strategy, there's content marketing. We do both. We absolutely do both because they are not one and the same. And again, just applying that lens of the luxury guest, the luxury traveler, what are things that we need to keep in mind that much more when we're catering to those folks. So I'll pass it over to Sarah to talk to the first one.
Yeah, so I'll start with number one, cut through the clutter. This is something we heard a little bit about this morning from Christina, and I'm sure is going to be a consistent message, and that's really knowing what differentiates your brand and focusing your efforts there. And it's something we see other content marketers struggle with. It's something we've struggled with ourselves. It's very easy to get in a place where you're trying to be all things for all people. You've invested in a program, so you feel like you need to stick with it, or you have your checklist of these are all the things we need to cover, and you keep running through that checklist instead of really stopping and thinking about what's going to mean the most to your audience and what's going to stand out. So we actually have a few different examples of that, 3 different ways that we've applied this. Four Seasons has applied this principle to our content marketing. And I'm going to start with real weddings, or weddings collectively. There was an opportunity a few years ago where food and beverage and the catering business really wanted to push real weddings. It's a very profitable aspect of the business. It's very accessible to people that maybe don't have as much access to the Four Seasons brand. And there was no one really owning the luxury wedding space. So we came together with the Four Seasons team and we built a Four Seasons Weddings content program that was anchored in a content hub on fourseasonsmagazine.com, a weddings blog, where we really built out Four Seasons as the expert in luxury weddings. There was a huge social component to that. There was a lot of appetite in the luxury market from Tiffany and Oscar de la Renta to help tell this story with us because we were all reaching the same audience. And we saw a lot of success with that. Over the next couple of years following that and where we are currently, we've seen that the way that brides are shopping and making decisions about where they're going to have their wedding has evolved even more. And that social influence of seeing real brides in their weddings is that much more powerful. So we've shifted our focus a little bit. So rather than trying to be all things in luxury weddings, we're really focusing on letting these brides tell their story. We have editors that work with brides that have recently had their weddings at Four Seasons. They interview them, they help really tease out the details of how Four Seasons brought this vision to life, and we present that in this beautiful format using their own images and their own videos.
Another way we do this is through our Extraordinary Experiences program. So I think many of us know that experiences really are the new social currency. That doesn't just apply to the US market. As I mentioned, we're catering to a global market. And even in the BRIC markets, in the Chinese market, in Brazil, in India, they're absolutely evolving in terms of that luxury life cycle and how they express themselves through luxury. And that even for those markets, it's all about experiences. So this is a great example of how we weren't just creating content around what we're doing. We actually operationalize our content program. So we offer some of the most fantastic experiences and exclusive experiences around the world, from dining on the dinner, having dinner on the Ponte Vecchio Bridge in Florence, to teeing off a ice glacier in Whistler to Sunrise Elephant Trek in Thailand. Things that can really only be brought to you by us, exclusive partnerships and relationships that cannot be offered by any of the other competitors. So it was ripe for content, as you can imagine. But what's more exciting is the fact that we took this collection of experiences and then worked with all of our hotels around the world to then invest in and create similar experiences so that we can merchandise them and really immerse people in them online. The whole idea here is that even for people who will never be able to afford that exclusive experience of having dinner, like I said, in Florence on the Ponte Vecchio Bridge, it really had that brand halo effect, and it let people realize and understand what makes Four Seasons unique, what makes them different, and really romance that idea by immersing them in real time. So this is a rich content experience that we created, everything from immersive imagery to video that really takes you there, as well as a really engaging grid of experiences that you can sort by location, you can sort by interest, whether it's culinary, shopping, art, whatever it may be, and we have all of these extraordinary experiences there to really get lost in. And what I love about this site is that it is so engaging. I think the time here is, I think people respect spending about 15 minutes getting lost in this experience. And we have proven that, not just with this program, but with other content programs, that people who are engaging with this type of content are not only staying longer, but they're also spending more. So that's proven. We have tracking in place to do that, and that really helps with our business case that we're making to our senior leadership team in terms of why we need this ongoing investment, not just from a content perspective, but why we need their partnership to operationalize these experiences, because that is a big ask. For anyone who works in marketing needs to partner with operations. There's a bit of this that goes on, and to be able to show and prove that these experiences that they're creating operationally are resulting in this amazing residual branding effect and actual revenue effect, that's really important to close the loop in that regard. So this is definitely one of our favorite experiences, and we continue to evolve it. It's evergreen. It's not a campaign per se. It's something that we launched not too long ago, and we continue to add and evolve these experiences so that people can continue to get lost in what Four Seasons has to offer.
Yeah.